So the big question is this: how these entrepreneurs who started from scratch and had no idea how to sell or market their products or services online, and then later on made over 6 figures, 7 figures, or even 8 figures, became best in their niches and found their dream customers to sell. My name is RJ Ahmed, and find this all out in our Interviews with Entrepreneurs show. I interviewed these entrepreneurs and tried to pick their brain of how they actually did that and how they took their business as well as their life to the next level. This podcast is all about the entrepreneurs who strive so hard to become super awesome in their niches. Welcome to Interviews with Entrepreneurs. Welcome to Interviews with Entrepreneurs show, where we interview entrepreneurs who are super awesome in their niches. And today we have a special guest. And I've known this guy from like in the initial start of 2019 when I started and I got into, sort of like internet marketing journey out there. And I saw like so many marketers out there who was crushing into the space. And I saw this guy as well. He was literally crushing in the affiliate marketing at that moment out there. In the initial start, he started as a filmmaker, and then he started to transition himself into entrepreneurship, which is a huge transition, by the way. And he also started to help like other companies out there grow into the digital space. He also worked with like his film worked with like on Netflix, Amazon Prime, and NBC as well. And Jordan have literally created the world's first and only tech-free platform out there to easily build your entire website, blog, sales, funnels, and also like SEO optimized. And he combined WordPress with his own software out there, which literally changed how people can access and use the WordPress itself out there, totally the different way out there. So we want to welcome Jordan Mederich. Hey, Jordan.
Here we are. We made it.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for being on the show today. It is truly great to have you on our show today.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Awesome. So yeah, guys, the people are going to jump on live. They're going to use hashtag live. The people are going to jump on replay. They're going to use hashtag replay out there. And Jordan, could you tell us a little bit of your backstory of how you got started in this space and how things transitioned for you into entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I think all entrepreneurs are probably born. They aren't exactly always. It's not always a learned skill. Some of these things you have to be born crazy enough to do it a little bit. So from being a young kid, starting out with I did the paper route type of deal and all those other types of things that people traditionally do. As a server for a while, worked at a fireworks store. But I was always trying to like reinvent things too and do things a little bit differently. In fact, one of my first forays into entrepreneurship when I was probably 8 was I got a bunch of like glow in the dark spray paint and some stencils, and I realized that lots of people didn't have their home number printed on the curb of the side of their house. And so I went around and I bought all this stuff and the spray cans and the stencils and everything, and I wrote up this little direct response little like half sheet of paper, and I had this really broken printer, so like all the lines were jagged and it looked horrible. And I was probably 8, maybe 10 years old or something, and I went around the entire neighborhood and I put this little flyer out there that I would spray paint their numbers onto the curb of their house. So it's been a lot of like random weird things, and I think I have what I call my 21 jobs, which was everything from filmmaking to I was a ShamWow salesman actually for a while in an outdoor mall in Branson, Missouri, with like the towel and the carpet and the Diet Coke and all that, and have always been super interested in like, what else can I try? What else is fun and interesting and exciting out there? And what other skills can I learn and embrace and whatnot? And how can I bring it out together to create something for the world and let them experience it? And that led us all to really where we are now. And each experience that you have as an entrepreneur is going to build up and lead to where you eventually go. So even what I'm doing and learning now is going to add up to where I go down the line. So I think that's entrepreneurship never really ends. Really, I think that you never really arrive.
Yeah, 100%. And I truly agree that when it comes to like entrepreneurship out there, you learn everything each day by day, and you start to add on for yourself. And yeah, that's truly the fact. So like I remember when I started in 2019, you were literally crushing into sort of like affiliate marketing. There was a lot of people out there who were struggling. Like how you were able to set yourself apart from other affiliate marketer who was trying, and some spent years out there doing affiliate marketer, and you went there and literally crushed that thing out there. Because I know that you love to do disruption, disrupting the market. We're going to talk about most of the stuff apart from that as well. But how you really came in out of the space, and people spent years, but you went in, spent so much time and effort, and literally changed the way how people did affiliate marketing out there.
Yeah, I've never actually considered myself an affiliate marketer exactly. It's funny, like when you own any business, you can insert or inject affiliate marketing into it by referrals. Like, I mean, almost everyone is an affiliate marketer. Really, like if you hire a babysitter and they're a good babysitter, you would probably refer them over. In that case, I don't know, you might not get paid, but if you were to, like, if I gave you a link to go buy a Tesla, I would get a bunch of free supercharge miles. That's affiliate marketing. If I send you over to Robinhood or Betterment to start open the app and get it going for yourself, I would get free stock and you would get free stock, right? We're doing affiliate marketing all the time. And I think it's not that hard to separate yourself out from the pack when you decide to do what nobody else is doing. It's easy to fall into the trap of repeating what everyone else is doing, specifically when a lot of affiliate marketers want to sell products to help other people become affiliate marketers. And that's fine. I mean, I've done that. Lots of people have done that path, but there's lots of other ways to go about doing it. I mean, you could go pick, car dealerships, for example, and sell software to help them sell more cars or whatever that is, and be an affiliate of that software. So I think most entrepreneurs really have started in either like an affiliate marketing or sometimes direct sales or network marketing or door to door. And you kind of start humble. And the beauty in that is that you learn how to sell without having to create products, without creating fulfillment, without doing merchant processing and support and chargebacks and refunds and contracts and doing all of those things. As an affiliate or a network marketer or direct sales or any of those things, you can get into doing what really matters, which is driving revenue without having to, really do it the hard way. But then eventually you'll find that almost all affiliate marketers will end up creating their own products, their own info products, their own courses, their own companies. And even to this day, I mean, I own a couple different projects and I still do affiliate marketing almost every day. Like, I'm just referring like, hey, you need this, here's the path to go do that. And that would be an affiliate relationship. So once it's in you, it never really leaves.
Yeah, 100% out there. Because even for any person out there who started up, even like as an affiliate marketer, only just an affiliate marketer, they went on and start working on creating their own products, which makes complete sense. And so, like, how things really transition from where you were in the past to where you are right now. So what I mean by that is, you were WordPress designer, you created high converting WordPress websites as well. And then you saw like so many awesome funnel building platforms out there that were into the space, but some of them aren't SEO friendly. And that's a huge problem, by the way, especially the people who really want to use and leverage SEO out there. How you really thought about, okay, I'm going to make my own, own base sort of like funnel or like marketing platform out there that is integrated with one of the best sort of a power force, WordPress. How you really thought about that? I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to do it. So what do you think about it?
I always say that I'm the craziest person on the planet to start a business in an extremely red ocean, which is the website funnel builder market, right? And yeah, I mean, I was building WordPress sites for years, almost. Lots of big marketers still use WordPress as an infrastructure, as a code base to this day, because it's very fast, very scalable, very customizable, but it's very tech heavy. It's you better have a programmer. If you update your plugins or you switch servers, everything's going to crash. Your site goes down and all of that. But it is very SEO friendly. Like, it can
absolutely
powers 34% of the entire internet. It solves 80 to 90% of the indexing issues that Google faces by default. So right away, you're almost twice as likely to actually rank your content in Google than on any other platform. And then, sales funnels have been around for a long time, but most popularly is ClickFunnels. And I use ClickFunnels for a very long time, and a ton of respect for what Russell created there. He's a marketing genius. And I had used that for a long time and really switched from WordPress to ClickFunnels. I've tried Kartra and some of these other tools, but all of them have one thing in common, is that they're all hard-coded, custom-coded platforms. And in that case, it exists, and it can be a little bit easier than WordPress or building, custom-coded HTML sites and those types of things. It's easier, but it comes with some fatal flaws. Primarily, it's in page speed. That pages that load in over 3 seconds will have a massive drop off in conversion. So if you're trying to sell anything, you have to be sub 3 seconds in load time, period. Look at any study. There's been thousands of them. If your page is loaded over 3 seconds, you're losing money, period. 2, they don't rank in Google. They have very little SEO ability. In fact, I have a friend who was on one of the large funnel builder platforms, and she had a bad review. Someone was like unhappy, like the 1 out of 1,000 people who was unhappy, went out and got a WordPress blog and wrote a complaint about it and outranked her like within a week. Can you imagine that? Like you have one bad experience with the customer, you end up getting outranked by them. So people search for her name and then she ends up being like it's out of this world. Just how powerful that is. And so I found that if you're not ranking in Google, you're missing organic leads and sales. And so WordPress has the tech, and these sales funnel platforms had the psychology, but no one had really married the two to give you SEO ranking, fast speed, but with the elimination of the tech, making it very simple, making it affordable, no servers, no plugins, no themes, no any of that. Build whatever you can imagine and marry these two things together. So that's how Dropfunnels was born, was to be that in the marketplace.
That's absolutely interesting out there. And it really do make sense where people that are using like any sort of like, funnel building platform out there, it could be like ClickFunnels, ClickFunnels is the part of, leading sort of like funnel building platform out there into the space. There are some sort of issues out there that really comes up, which for some people probably that don't matter, but for some people it really do matters. And one thing that you really pointed out, and I want to ask that thing out there, is people are having so many tracking based issues out there when they're using ClickFunnels. Now, I'm not against of it. I'm not against of ClickFunnels at all. I do use it. It's good. It's awesome. But there are some sort of, faults or these type of things come up right away that people are landing on the page, it count as a click, but it don't count on, on the ClickFunnels tracking anywhere. People are missing that out. So how you think about there is a good solution, and how Dropfunnels come into play for that?
Okay, so there's some things that are based on the platform, and some of them that are not. So with iOS 14 coming out, there's obviously a conflict with Facebook, and Apple and Facebook hate each other's guts, so they're going to fight, right? So what this means is tactically, that has nothing to do with the platform. You need to verify your domain in your Facebook Business Manager. Some people think they've done it. If you think you've done it, you probably haven't done it. So you need to go do it and know that you've done it. And actually have your own custom domain. Do not rely on a subdomain, no matter where you are, if you don't own the domain. A domain is a place on the internet that can build trust, it can build domain reputation, and Facebook and YouTube and Google, they're all going to look at that domain to find out, is that a good place, or is that a dark alley that we don't want to send our people to? So any advertiser or marketer out there, you need to know you have to be on your own custom domain. And that custom domain has to be verified in Facebook, no matter what platform you're on. But when it comes to any platform that is slow loading pages, what you will find is you'll find that the amount of clicks, outbound clicks that you get versus the amount of page views, you'll see a big discrepancy there. So say you have 100 clicks, you might only get 50, 60, maybe 70 people to actually see the page, an actual view firing the pixel. So it'll actually show up. And that is very often because of the page load speed issue. It's taking so long, especially on mobile, for that page to load. You're losing between, call it 10 on the conservative side, up to 50% of your traffic because your pages are too slow. So it's like, run it through a speed test and optimize the thing you have to, so that you can ultimately reclaim the traffic that you're earning right there. Number two, there's a couple different softwares out there that can really help you to report accurate numbers back to Facebook. Hyros is probably category king right now. They're expensive, but they're good. And it's Alex Becker's software, and people have gotten great results with Hyros. Capibox is another one that we use personally. It's like $39, and it helps solve some of the tracking issues. Segmetrics is another one as well. But no matter what, you should be using some type of external tool to ensure that these things are communicating properly. But the things that are within your control are having a custom domain, having your own domain, having that verified, ensuring that you have very fast pages as much as possible, sub 3 seconds. Get an expert to help you if you don't have that already, or switch platforms to anything that can get you sub 3-second pages. And finally, actually, your URL, your domain itself is very important. You don't, in the way that like ClickFunnels, probably some others use, it's like their domains would be based on like domain.com/opt-in 5472331, adds all these numbers at the end. You never want to point people to that string, because Facebook will see it as a URL redirect, which is like a black hat marketing trick, right? And so Facebook will see it as a spam domain and will raise your CPMs. Your traffic will be more expensive, or they'll shut down your account. There was a big mass Facebook shutdown. They'll do another one probably very soon. And everyone who is sending to a link that has that URL structure is prime for being shut down, because it looks like spam to Facebook. So you have to have a real domain. That's also what we solve in Dropfunnels, that you have a real domain mapping. It really can rank. It has real domain reputation. It's an actual URL string that doesn't change after you click on it. You send them to the direct funnel step that is built properly. And generally we see that people's CPMs will drop, the cost for their traffic, usually between 10 and 40%. Like probably the most extreme I've seen was someone's traffic was cut 40% just by moving platforms because of all those reasons.
And that's definitely interesting out there, because I personally saw as well where people, when they started to move, to even like on Dropfunnels itself, and I saw like their page started to rank, their SEO went good, the page speed and ranking started to went like pretty good out there, which also like helped them to get like all of these sort of attention. Because otherwise, if they're like spending a lot of money and they're not getting correct data, they're pretty much messing things up out there because data is not in their hands. So one thing which is super important that I want to ask is you went on and started to work on Dropfunnels out there. How hard or how easy was it for you to went on and do something out there that literally changed the way like how people get into marketing tools out there and everything? How easy or how hard was it for you to do it?
Oh boy. I think it's difficult every day. I think every day is a new challenge and adds some difficulty based on each new level of growth, right? So we launched in early 2020, and to about 50 beta users, and people went nuts over it. We literally work every day to improve it. We've got the best support, the best text. We really care a lot about our users, and generally, I find that like it's like new level, new devil, right? So each new level of growth, we grew by 10.4x last year alone. We'll probably triple this year, which means, man, it's new things. It's always like next level is going to mean I have to up level myself. I have to be a better leader, while trying to be a better dad, be a better husband, be a better friend. And business can really suck you away from really what matters to you in the rest of your life. And so, for me, I embrace the challenge of business, but I don't allow it to be at the sacrifice or the cost of family or caring about those priorities. Of course it's hard, but that's like what we sign up for by being an entrepreneur. We embrace massive amounts of pressure and decision-making and anxiety and depression and everything else that I guess goes with entrepreneurship is the hard stuff. And for me, it's not hard when you A, like it, you enjoy doing it, and B, you have other things that can help keep you balanced.
Yeah, and I absolutely loved how you said, new level, new devil. That's absolutely awesome thing out there that you really mentioned. So I want to talk about that. You really loved, if anything that you really want to work at, you need to have a quality team, you need to have better systems, you need to have everything better out there, you need to have a culture, in your people out there to proceed with anything out there. So like, what you find people, or like any entrepreneur who try to build systems or try to build like sort of SOPs or try to build culture, what do you believe is the number one mistake that they make out there when they're building their systems, their team, their culture out there?
Hmm. Biggest mistake. I'd put it this way: you need to hire slowly and fire quickly. It's really easy to bring on people quick because it'll seem like they'll be the solution to your problem, right? Just like we're all one funnel away. We just need one more funnel and then everything's good. Or it's just this new hire and that new hire
Yeah.
will fix everything. Or this team member can solve it. Or some agency can get my ads running and then that'll solve everything. Well, it's none of that. It's absolutely none of that. It's like your funnel is 1% of your business. Your agency is 1% of your business. Your team is 1%. And these all add up. And yeah, they can be better or different or bigger pieces of the pie or not. But generally speaking, your team really is the backbone of your strength. So I have about 20 people on staff now. I've never had, in any previous business really that many all on at once, and it's amazing. And we have got a great culture. We have a ton of fun, and we all work. We get done what we need to get done, but each person has pretty much been vetted pretty stringently. Like I have very high standards for people, and some people can survive it and some can't. And with that, it's like we get our work done and we have fun, at the same time. But I'd say for anyone building a team, really do your diligence. Give people a trial. Like almost everyone who works for
Yeah.
me, you work for 60 days. And if I don't like it or you don't like it, we can both go our separate ways and that's fine. And that helps to create a culture of, look, let's try this out. Let's date before we get engaged and get engaged before we get married, and see how this whole thing runs. And if you have a bad teammate, it's better that you get them out now than to waste a lot of time.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of perception comes up that you literally said, and it is a fact for so many people out there who's gonna watching or like who's gonna listening out there, that they really believe it's that fast. Soon as they're gonna think, or as soon as they're gonna know about one thing out there, and that's it. They're gonna know about it. They're gonna crush into the space, and that's it. That's it for them. And most probably that's not the case. There are so many boring sort of tasks as well that they really need to do, and in order to make things work out for them. So yeah, that 100% the fact of it. After creating, because Dropfunnels is like working on like crazy. There's so many people out there who are jumping on there. I personally saw as well, moved on to Dropfunnels out there, started Dropfunnels as well. What do you believe is the next thing for you? Like Dropfunnels is like going on massive speed out there. Like it went really fast. What do you think is the next thing for you out there right now?
We have a couple things in the hopper right now that are, will eventually release, but some really exciting stuff in the autoresponder space. But we've been kind of working on some things that are I think pretty revolutionary. But one thing I can say is that something that we're launching right now, as we've been kind of adjusting and listening to our members and finding out what they need, is, we're really moving from being a software platform to being a service platform. So instead of software as a service, now we're a service, or we're moving into that direction where when someone comes in, we're actually going to be literally setting up their authority sites for them, their funnels for them, their autoresponders, their domains, all of the tech integrations to ensure that they get up and running as soon as possible, and then coaching and supporting them through their journey as an entrepreneur. And we find that the results of that, although we'll have fewer people who want to dive into that world, our results will be significantly better, both for us, but also for people as well. So I'm really excited about working more in tandem, working closer with people and really helping people to grow. And so that's how we're creating our own blue ocean from a very red ocean, is by not only are we the tool that can serve you better, but we're also the experience, we're the technique, we're the path to help you get where you want to go faster.
Wow, that's absolutely awesome, and I'm definitely excited to see where everything heads up and how everything goes on right now. I'm super excited for that thing out there. So, any last thing that you want to say before we round the show up, Jordan?
No, I think I'd encourage anybody just to get more by doing less. I find that when I simplify things and be focused on fewer things, fewer activities, and honing in on what's the biggest revenue drivers, what are the biggest things that make the biggest needle, what are the biggest needle movers for for you and your customers, your clients, doing fewer things, fewer products. That's the way ultimately to win in the new economy. So yeah, but I'm glad to be here and happy to help anyone who has questions, or they feel like they want to really take things to the next level. We're really excited to see how quickly people can grow.
Awesome, awesome. Again, Jordan, thank you so much for being on the show. It was truly great to have an awesome conversation with you, man.
My pleasure. Thank you.
So where people can find about you and everything that you have?
Yep. So dropfunnels.com is our link. We'll be having lots of changes, whenever this comes out. I'm sure even the point of this recording to the time it goes live, lots will change between now and then. But yeah, they can kick it off there, and so without spilling the beans too much, they'll see lots of cool things coming from us in the very near future.
Awesome. So yeah, guys, the link is going to be in the description down below. You can go in and check it out, and just try it out, and you're going to love it 100%. And again, Jordan, thank you so much for your time. It was truly great to have you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. This is it for now. We're going to see you guys in the next one.